Good morning. This is Cab here to drive you crazy. So I just wanted to make this video to show you guys that I am here right now in my quarantine room, safe in the city where my wife is. I will be here in this particular room for the next 2 weeks while having to overgo my quarantine time, which is a necessary thing. All regulations that have been done by the government of the Philippines mandate that this is a very necessary thing, even though I had already proven that I had tested negative on my test, that I do have to go underneath this quarantine time. So, other than this, I wanted to just share a little bit about my experience. I did make a few video recordings to show the process that I had gone through at the exact same time, but I will eventually make that video when I am able to upload everything onto my computer to share that. But other than that, I just wanted to share my experience real quick, which was everything from the plane ride, which was still about like a 10-hour plane flight. The entire time on the plane, I had to wear my face mask as well as my face shield. The experience with that was pretty weird because, compared to a lot of people who don't know, like wearing a face mask for a given amount of time, but wearing a face mask for an entire 10-hour flight is a big difference. The only time that they even allowed us to remove our face mask was basically just to put it underneath our chin for any time that we were going to eat or have something to drink. While on the plane, there's a lot of forms that we have to fill out, especially some of the newer ones for arriving, the affidavits, some protocols for your test that you're going to take when you get off the plane, as well as your basic arrival forms that you fill out. As soon as you get out of the plane, you're going to go straight into the terminal, which they have a giant section just saved and separated off from the rest of the airport, so that way you can be able to take this test. The first thing you'll do is give the information that you filled out, so that way you can get yourself a QR code to register yourself in Manila. After that, you'll go to the station to give that QR code as well as the rest of the information that you filled out, and then you do your payment. Luckily, the payment is only 4,000 pesos for a 24-hour result, which is a pretty nice thing to know, that it doesn't cost that much to have to wait that long. After you make your payment, you go over to the station where you're actually going to get your test taken. So you eventually have to remove your mask, have to take off your face shield, and then they do the one in the mouth and both in each nostrils. That one is a very I want to say it's like too painful, but they do say that it does sting a little bit, because obviously it goes up into your nose, like behind, like where your eyeball is, which sucks. It did sting a little bit, to the point where I felt like I was going to either sneeze or just have a weird feeling from it. Other than that, as soon as you go downstairs, you're going to go through immigration. And then, of course, for me, I had to show my visa, I had to show the proof of my marriage certificate to prove the visa is, legal. After they stamp that, they send me off to another section, which then is where I announce where I'm going to be going for my hotel. Save that information in the hotel, save the information for you going to how you get your ride to get there. So if you don't have a set ride, that's when you go to the next station, which is your cab or taxi, which will be COVID certified, and you apply to get that taxi to go to your hotel. After you have all of these forms, then you go to pick up your baggage, show it to the guards in front of the gate that is, where you exit. to show them that you have all your information, you show where you're going, how you're getting there, and then they approve of you to go out to the taxi to be able to take you to your hotel. So again, I was pretty happy to know that I got to get the test result actually within like 9 hours. It was really fast. They asked for me of my email, and that's how they sent the result. The result was sent in the PDF form where it will have a code that you need to input that will be in your email to show you your result. So as soon as I had done that, I had given them the fact that I had a negative reading, but then it also says that you will need a quarantine certificate that you can actually just obtain from the hotel. You just go down to the main lobby, hotel guys, and just present to them, show them that you do have a negative reading, so that way they can make this certificate form for you to give you the permission to be able to leave the quarantine facility. So then very much right after that, just knowing that I had the result basically by the next morning, so I had all day to just prepare myself for my flight to come down here, because I never had the flight at that time, since I wanted to make sure I had my negative test before purchasing a flight that was, if I ended up being positive for any reason, didn't get a plane ticket, and then know that I'm going to have to get quarantined in the hotel again for another 2 weeks anyway over there. So luckily, with the negative test and with the certificate, I was able to leave Monday morning, which was still Sunday for everyone back at home in Hawaii or anywhere else in the United States. But I got to fly up to General Santos, where I had to fly into. That one was kind of a bad experience on my part, just because they said that I was the only person on my flight that was going to my district. So they had me wait for the other plane to come in that was going to have some more people going down into that area. So I literally had to wait like almost 3 hours inside of this van. I was not allowed to leave. They said that they will accommodate me with water if I wanted food or anything like that. They would provide it for me as long as I gave them, information to tell them what I would like. Of course, I'm a very calm guy. I don't usually try to let too many things bother me, but eventually, after the 3 hours, the other people finally got into the bus with us, and we finally went down to our areas. So a full 5 hours of having to be in this van and just sitting in here, my legs are cramped. Then eventually got to this place, this hotel, checked in the other day. I'm making this the second day from my quarantine now. And yeah, this is my experience so far of having to be here. It's been pretty interesting. The hotel people are extremely nice. There's a lot of rules and regulations that the hotel is making me follow, which is the obvious ones: the quarantine, staying inside of my room from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They do allow you to go outside as long as you have your face mask, but only within the little grass area that they have out here from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So I get a little bit of time to still go outside as long as I'm wearing my face mask. I didn't really do that yesterday just because I was trying to still get situated. I found out that the hotel didn't have Wi-Fi at the time, so I was lucky enough for my wife to be able to provide me a portable Wi-Fi for me to use. So I thank you, wife. You're amazing and a blessing in every single way, providing me with food and just making sure that I feel as comfortable as I can be while being here for the next 2 weeks, knowing that I still won't get to physically see her until after these 2 weeks. But I just wanted to share this experience to say it has been an experience. But thank you very much for listening. I am Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy. Aloha, God bless, and take care. And I'll keep you guys updated on the next video.